Gotta love it.
Learn a little something. Take a lesson. Learn it all.
Welcome back, guys. We are doing 6.2.4, another lane of destructive feedback, and today's link node is physical resistance. That's 80% physical resistance, so that means some long fights, and we can't heal. So let's move it on. Now today we're on the right hand side, and we are taking on that 3 skill requirement in 5-star, along with any local nodes. So we have MoleMan Don't Care, we've got Spiderman 2099, we've got Nick Fury on the team, we have Red Goblin, and Hitmonkey. So let's get into it. Alright, first fight here, we've got Spiderman 2099 going up against Hyperion. And so with this, we put on an exhaustion right away just to kind of slow down some of that power gain. It's not going to do it by much, but it is going to give us a little bit of help. I also want to stack on those ruptures and get as many dexes as possible. I'm not gaining any precision buffs because he does not gain any buffs at all. And the big key here is to make sure that we can get him to bait his SP2 and not hit SP3. So here we have that wither buff in now, and we shouldn't really have any problem with his power gain at all. As you can see, it's actually going negative. Now if I push him over a bar of power, or he falls under a bar of power, then he will be taking some damage. But I just want to get the fight over with because I'm watching that destructive feedback timer and want to get these attacks in quickly. But that's not going to happen, so I'm just going to go in and drop another wither. And then just play keep away. That should be more than enough. And he's gone. Okay, so here I know what you're thinking, right? Because we've got physical resistance. This fight's not going to be quick by any means, but the buffet was pretty tough here. I normally would have brought in either Hitmonkey or Nick Fury or something like that, but man, that buffet was pretty crazy. Also, we have Aspect of Evolution here, so whenever the defender fills a bar of power, they raise their attack, armor, critical rating. He caught me with that special intercept right in the grill because I took a chance and went for a stand-up intercept, and it didn't work out in my favor. So I kind of figured that this would be one of the best ways to run through this fight. It would be long, but I would never allow him to gain any power. And this is one of the best Captain Americas in the game, bro. He's smacking me all over the place. Anyway, figured I'd get some damage on those crosses of a bar of power. Crosses of a bar of power? Passing a bar of power, but it didn't really do all that much damage. So this is just going to be a very long fight. Now see, I also have the fear here that I don't know how far his SP1 is going to travel. See, sometimes it goes up just a little bit, and then other times it follows me all the way back and then hits into my block. So there's a little bit of a fear there. Now I've also launched that SP1 to have some physical vulnerability to counteract that physical resistance, but we'll see how well it works out. I mean, it's not that long. It's just a much longer fight than the last one was. I think this would have been over a long time ago without the 80% physical resistance. Doing whole triple digits right here. Alright, so just keeping away while that destructive feedback is going. It does kind of wear on you after a while, so you just go for chances. So as you saw, I went for an intercept right there. But the physical vulnerability does help a little bit. I just need to stack on some more ruptures so I can do some more damage when we pass a bar of power. Because 3 ain't cutting it. Alright, he caught me there with that destructive feedback. Went for a second dex, but it got red as a block. Unfortunate. Okay, got a rupture burst in there, but only had 2 ruptures on him, so that wasn't really doing much. But we're almost there. We're just gonna slog right through it. We got the rupture burst. This time with 6 ruptures, so it should do at least somewhat good damage when destructive feedback wears off, but it did not. Okay, I had a little bit of a lag there, but resulted in no damage, so no harm, no foul. Okay, so we're just going to keep on hammering this down. Okay, got 9 physical vulnerability. And got a whole 4% of health right there with that whole barrage of attacks. This would have been so much easier with one of the bleeders. Look at that, he almost got me. Almost got me. Okay, so going in for that combo right there, boom, launching that SP1, and hopefully this is more than enough to finish out the fight. And it was not. But that was. Man, that was a long fight, man. Okay, so here we have Red Goblin up against Spiderman, taking him up for obvious reasons. He has, well, actually, he can just negate all of the evade off of the Spider-Verse champion heroes, which is the whole reason why he's here. Now, the big challenge here is to time destructive feedback so that it's not around his SP1 or trying to push him to his SP2 so you don't have to worry about it. The SP1's a little problematic unless you're absolutely ready for it. There we go, right there. Just sometimes it's just a reflex to Dex. It's unfortunate. I tried to get back far enough to Dex it, but he knew I was going to do that, so he launched it. So we've kind of got like a bad rotation going on here. I'm also impatient, so never underestimate that part. There we go. All right, we got to push him to an SP2. Bam. So on this note, we have Spry. Each time the defender passively evades, which we don't have to worry about because we have Red Goblin. And we have Gast, which is, while under the effects of a fatigue buff, 10% of the attacker's power is drained, which we also don't have to worry about. But now you can see why they have heal prevention to counter any willpower healing, because you can't have any healing. Okay, so here trying to get that re-parry in the door, got that. I don't know why I didn't launch the SP2 there. Would have had more than enough time, but I launched it here. Either way, you know how this ends. Dex just did not work at that moment. That's okay. Just stay blocking. It's fine. We'll just throw that one in the donation bin right there. Yep, there's that reflex. Straight Duran. Some of you are probably too old to know. Well, no, too young to know what that means. The old heads know what that is. The reflex. Okay, that's what got me messed up here. I could have played this a whole lot better. I was just impatient and wasn't really thinking about it. So you stack that on with all the other things that go on, and ends up being your fault. It's so hard to get parries when you've got the unstoppable with MoleMan. Like I can't get that rhythm down, whatever that is. And here we go. Launching that SP1. Bam. We only have like one more of these and we should be good to go. And he's out. Okay, next fight here, we've got Ant-Man up against MoleMan, and he's got the micro reflect going on here, so basically when the defender glances an attack, a portion of the damage is reflected onto the attacker. So I don't do very large critical attacks here, so the damage is pretty minimal, but I chose MoleMan so that I can get that damage over time with the bleeds, and when I do go into Frenzy, you know, those bleeds will be more powerful, as well as the lower my health goes, the higher my attack goes. So other than that, we're just going to be dealing with destructive feedback here. And power rotating him the best that we can. So we're going to bait out that SP1. There we go. And launch that SP3. Okay, baited out SP1, boom. Now we're just gonna go in and attack because now we can go on a power rotation so we don't really have to be close to him. And he gives us an easy peasy SP1. So keeping that frenzy going on just a little bit longer and throwing down a frenzy version of that shock. Okay, so we're gonna wait for that timer to go down low enough. And we are good to go. Now for some reason, I don't know, maybe I was just watching the destructive feedback timer too much or something, but I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't dropping any heavy attacks here. Probably I was just too concentrated on the fight. Nice little slide heavy you had there, buddy, but didn't slide far enough. All right, here we are waiting for that SP1 bait, boom. And you're gonna go ahead and catch another SP3. Boom, here we go. Now we're gonna get some semi-powerful bleeds here going on. That destructive feedback, doing nice slow combos, not really all that slow. We got a 2-piece intercept right there to close it. Bam, dropping that SP1, and we finished it out. Now that took a little longer than I would have liked, but anyway. All right, so here we are against Gulk, Gladiator Hulk here, hitting into that destructive feedback. He got a smash and got another smash 2 in a row, so he did 2. He did 2 dashes, didn't get smashed, and then did 2 smashes in a row, I guess. And now he's like the intercept king here. Boom! He's just getting all kinds of hits here. So good for you, Gladiator Hulk. That is some pro AI playing right there. Congrats on that achievement. But now it's my turn. All right. Go ahead and baited out that SP2. There we go, got that intercept. We went, I guess we got him back for the first one, because that was the intercept. The other one was smashed out. Smashing him up with those light attack ending combos. Eat all of that. I don't know why I didn't just finish out that combo with destructive feedback. He would have gotten the stun anyway, so... But it's all good. You got your little licks in at the beginning, and I got all of mine at the end. I love that move. The dash back, reverse intercept attempt on the AI right there. It's alright. Figuring out your tactics little by little. Okay, so I can't bleed here. But we do have improved power gain and plague mine, so every 30 seconds I'm going to be losing my my power bar. Telling you, man, sometimes you're just so concentrated on that destructive feedback because there's just so many chances for them to catch you, like you don't pay attention to all the nodes. So yeah, totally missed out my SP2 there. Should have done some damage. But I realized it early and I was like, okay, I'm just going to launch these SP1s when I catch them. Besides, it's better to do that damage over time as it is right now. Except for when they get destructive feedback, because then it just stores up that energy and you can't be all that safe. Look at that, two missed parries, man. I'm telling you, I am not good at getting those parries with the unstoppable going on. Like, there's no visual feedback going on there, so it's just like really hard to adapt yourself to it. But anyway, well, we lost that first set of power because we were waiting for him to bait, and he waited till after the timer went off, but now he seems to be pretty agreeable. He went from passive into more aggressive, which is what I like. That's what I like. That's right. Catch all of these hands right here. Hands and claws and nails and all that. Bam! I hate when the striking blow gets caught behind the destructive feedback, I guess, progression wall. I thought that was going to take him out. Oh. Well, we still had a tick. Alright, next up here we've got heavy-handed with Iron Man Infinity War. All special attacks are unblockable, and he is aggressive. I love aggressive. Aggressive needs to be on every node in the game. Well, not every node, but aggressive. Aggressive is just good. It gives you something more to count on. There we go. Countered. You get that timing right, you can counter his SP1. A little bit harder on destructive feedback because you never know when he's going to quickly recover. You don't want to do that. Now, one of the great things about Hitmonkey is his awakened ability. So when the opponent is at or below 25% health, they lose up to 60%, I think 60% ability, defensive ability accuracy. And then on top of that, we already have Assassin. I believe I have mine at level 3. Nothing crazy, but that together is a lot of defensive ability accuracy reduction. So in many cases, you're not going to have to deal with the shenanigans of Iron Man Infinity War, especially if he's high sig. Go ahead and eat that right there. Boom. He's at 15%, which is where all this stuff is supposed to kick in because he has all of those armor ups. And yet we have no auto block. We do have the power gain. The auto block is not happening. So all we have to do is just wait out the timer here because he's got nothing going on. Goodbye, Iron Man Infinity War. All right, on to the next fight here. We've got our Bane hood, Hood Bane, that Bane from the hood. Anyway, you know what this one's all about. We got Bane on here. We want to make sure that we keep that Bane on his side before the timer runs out, or while the timer is running out, we continue hitting him so that the timer stays on him. It'll very shortly temporarily switch to you, but you put it right back. It's like when you were a kid, you asked your mom if you could get that chocolate bar, and she's like, put that back. It's like Bane. Put it back. Boom, you put it back. This I'm sure you guys don't all share the same memories. Anyway, we also have Optimist on here, so he gains Fury, Armor Up, and Health Steal as long as they remain below 25% health. So that's going to keep him alive, but it's not really going to matter all that much. So here we are keeping him right below the SP2. The SP2 is a bit tough to deal with, so it's just a lot easier to power rotate him on the SP1. Now when it comes to destructive feedback, sometimes you might want to take the Bane for just a little bit as long as it's not taking off all of your health. No point going for a perfect fight when you can just survive it at the end of the day. Boom, here's that SP1. Long enough, we did a nice slow combo there. We were able to get that through. So destructive feedback is on, but looks like as soon as that is over, he's going to be out of there. Well, close enough. Yeah, I was wrong. Anyway, this is a rematch here with Nick Fury because I did so horribly last time. I kept on countering his SP2 for some reason. I don't know, it's only with Nick Fury that I seem to do this. I'm not quite sure what that is in the brain that makes that happen. But anyway, we've got Empowered Immunity, just in case you haven't been on this series for the last, I don't know, 15 videos or so. So what I was doing was I was parrying in the beginning. He has stun immunity, and having empowered immunity will have him gain power every time you attempt to parry, which is a great way to build up power and start that power rotation. Very, pretty simple boss here. Power rotate that SP1, and enjoy the fun. I knew I could come up with a rhyme before it was over, and I did. And here's the gun. My low-level base skill of being able to rhyme is very apparent here. Anyway, going ahead and finishing up these combos with those light attacks to really stack on those bleeds. Use the SP1 to make sure that we pushed him well into his SP1. Nice little dodge there, AI. I see that. You see how there's like no problem dexing it, right? I got lucky here. He could have just smacked me up for doing that stupid move. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't do it with any other champion. Every other champion, I just stay back. It could just be that I'm so used to doing the SP1 here that I don't expect the SP2 or something. I don't know. If any of you guys are psychologists or anything like that, would love to know what is the brain explanation. What explanation is there in the brain that makes that happen? Muscle memory, perhaps? I'm not sure. Okay, so I have now got myself into the LMD. Well, not into the LMD, I guess the real Nick. Bam, here we go. Let's wait for that destructive feedback to go off. So now we've got that extra fury right there, which is nice. Does a pretty good amount of damage, I'd say. I wish I could do more, but all those light attack ending combos are now shaving off some nice bleed. As long as he doesn't shrug it. Either way, this is much better than the last time I used Nick. And this is going to give us a nice thumbnail that we have somebody different, not the same person fighting each time like I did with Sinister. But I wasn't playing with Sinister, man. I really only had like one option for that fight. Okay, not pushing the SP2, because apparently I've got problems dealing with staying back. Oh. Those are nice chunks of damage there, man. Nice chunks of damage. Like a bowl of cottage cheese, but damage. Nice chunks of damage. For those of you that have even made it this far, look at that. See, look at that. Same mistake. And then I knew it too, so I immediately launched the SP1 because I was like, uh-oh, just in case he tried to attack. Oh, I am sorry to disappoint on such a horrible mistake, man. I could have easily finished that fight. Easily. That is all my mistake. Mea culpa. C'est pas faute moi. Oh, man. Alright, so here we are doing our combo here. Dropping that SP1 with the shock. But bam, got him into the SP1 status. Okay, let's get that SP1, baby boy. Alright. Bam. I don't know, they know how to get like their last few percent right into that destructive feedback timer, man. They just know how to do it. But that's okay. Full combo, got him back to SP1, and all I gotta do is stay back. Caught that. Caught that intercept to the face. Let's go. That was my own fault right there. I should have just launched the SP1. I was too busy looking at the timer and I didn't see his health was down to that like last 1%. So I'm just gonna hit into his block and let it be done. Anyway, if you liked the video and you want to see more, go ahead and click subscribe, click like, leave a comment, share it with your friends, share it with your mama. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip. Oh, OPTIMIST.
Learn a little something. Take a lesson. Learn it all.